Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 42 of the Glimmer Gang podcast. And happy Ursula's return release. Shawn, set 4 is here. You
It
excited?
is finally here, my friend. I
I
cannot
know.
wait to get my hands on some of these cards.
Yeah, it felt honestly like it's been so long since Inkland's
It feels like
release. It
forever.
really
So much,
does feel
so
like
much
that.
has
Oh,
happened
yeah.
in the past 3 months.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, obviously, we've gotten stuff about DLCs. We've gone through a Lorcana set
Yep.
champ season. Obviously, another spoiler season. So much has happened, and we have a lot to talk about today. We're gonna start. I'm gonna touch on my midnight release I just had that I got home from time recording 5 hours ago. So
The
I'm
dedication, I love
bit
it.
on the sleep, a bit on the sleepy side. But yeah, we there's it worked out in the end, and I'll explain in a second. Then we're gonna talk about DLCs. We got more prizing info. We got info on the prize wall, which is sick. Like
Yeah.
lots of cool stuff there. Then we're just gonna talk about Ursula's return for a little bit. See what we think about these new cards. Obviously, lots of new fun stuff that will be legal in 3 weeks for Chicago. It'll be legal very soon. Technically, it is legal right now for like in-store stuff, and I know like in 2 weeks I'm doing a win a case tournament, best of
Ooh,
two to practice for
nice.
Chicago. So that'll be fun. Like I said, I just competed in a midnight release event. Went 3-0. We were technically supposed to do 4 rounds, but there was two 3-0s. We realized there was 20 packs between the two of us, and we just split them. In those packs, I pulled 5 legendaries. And the
You did
weird
well,
thing
sir.
about it
You
is,
did
though,
well.
well, the weird thing is they didn't come from booster box. The store owner just like kind of needed extra packs, so he was opening like the starter decks and taking the packs out because not many people. He said
Wow.
not a lot of people would buy those starter decks, and so he was using
We've
those
kind of got
packs. So they're more,
yeah. We've kind of gotten to the point where people have slowed down on buying
yeah,
them.
yeah. And so he used those packs, which I don't know if it changed that fact that I was able to get more legendaries if like it was different, but hey, I'll take it. Two Diablos, which is great.
Solid.
Those are TCG player. Those are going for like 30 right now. And then when I got home in the middle of the night, I made an order for my Mulans and my Sisus, so I am set
Love it, man.
for DLCs. So that was my release event. You doing anything this weekend, Shawn? Buying cards? Going to an event?
Nope. As of time of recording, DLC Atlanta is 1 week away, so all of my funding is being channeled into that. So I will
That
hopefully
is valid.
we'll talk about that here in a little bit, but hopefully I'll be able to pick up a little bit of product at the DLC. That's my hope.
Oh yeah, yeah, and obviously there is a lot of ways to get product at the DLC. So I guess we'll just go right into that because I may not release one lasted 4 hours, and this whole DLC is going to last more than 48 hours.
It's
So a
true.
lot to
It's
talk
true.
about here. It is really exciting to see. Obviously, I won't be in Atlanta, but Shawn, you will be. A bunch of amazing content creators going to be there. How are you feeling? Emotions high, energy high, anticipation.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think I have ever been this nervous for an event. It's this and it's the scale. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there are a handful of players in the community. Obviously, some of the top people, they've probably done events on this scale, but I haven't,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a super new experience for me. Like I know how it's going to go down. I know. I mean, I've been in bigger events, but
Mm-hmm.
nothing close
Yeah.
to. I think as of now, we're floating around 1,700 registered players out of
Yeah.
about 2,000. So and those tickets are
Yeah.
claimed; they just haven't registered yet. So
Yeah. And that 1700 is staggering. Just for the first event ever. And obviously, like we don't know. Maybe those people have registered, but maybe they're not going to show up. It really like obviously you have to check in, so those numbers may shift a little. I would not be surprised if they shift once the weekend does start and people do check in, just because people just may forget. I don't know. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I hope we get a lot of numbers because that's going to be cool to see. Uh, but we'll talk about pricing now, and obviously pricing is differs between If you have 1,025 or 1,025 plus or 1,024 under, we obviously have the 1,025 over, so a lot more stuff there. But I will touch on
Yeah.
this first, and very something that is a lot really interesting that people have been, a lot of people have been talking about on Twitter. Day one is only 9 rounds for this amount of players, which in
Yep.
theory it should be 11. Obviously, it's a Swiss, and then 2 game matches, and then day two only cuts to 64 with single elimination, best of three, because you need to determine a winner there. Thoughts on that? It feels small. Obviously, like it's doubled by what they've said before, but it does feel sort of small in a way.
Yeah, going to 9 rounds on day one, I don't know that anybody really expected them to have the amount of rounds to be that low with this amount of
Mm-hmm.
players. That basically just translates into you have to play really well in all of your rounds in order to make that 64 top cut, because you got to figure 64 out of that many people, that's a fraction. That is
Oh
such a
yeah.
small amount of people that are gonna to make top cut. I don't think they could have done it any other way, though. These 9 rounds, I really do think that they are trying to account for the fact that this is their first event, so they're trying to
Mm-hmm.
have as much time available for everything as possible. I think maybe down the road, once we see big events like this again, because I think Chicago's at about is they capped at the 1025, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they capped it at half of what
Something,
Atlanta is essentially.
something around
It's
there.
it's
Yeah.
it's it's very similar to that. It's
Yeah.
probably not exact figures. I think the fact that there's almost 1,000 less players, but it's the same structure. I think that you'll see that it'll feel a little more relaxed in Chicago than it will in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have
Yeah.
more. You won't have to play quite as hard and quite as good every single match.
But you still should be
Oh, you
going
still
to do
should,
that. 100%.
obviously, but
Yeah.
sometimes cards don't fall that way, and that is one of
Yeah.
the things with TCGs is you can practice all you want, you can have all the skill you could possibly need, and the cards aren't there, and
Yeah.
so
But sometimes the cards will be there, and you're going to draw the exact card you
it's
need to
true.
win the
It's
game.
true. You'll
You're
top
going to
deck the
draw that
win.
Medusa.
Yeah.
You're going to draw that Medusa and take out the Diablo on the other
Yep.
side. And obviously, Diablo won't be legal for Atlanta. It
No.
will be legal for Chicago. Ursula's turn is legal. Then for DLCs,
Ursula's is legal for side events in Atlanta, though.
yes,
Yes.
that is true. Ursula's is legal for side
Yes.
events. Speaking of Ursula and speaking of prizes, do you want to take us through these prize
Yeah,
lists?
I'd love to, man. This prize list is pretty crazy, if you ask me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
very excited. So right off the gate, we are all everybody that can make it there early, the day before to do early registration, early check in. You get an event promo for that. We don't know what the promo will be yet.
Flotsam and
Is it
Jetsam.
Flotsam
It's
and
Flotsam
Jetsam?
and
All right,
Jetsam.
cool,
It's
perfect,
the Flotsam and
perfect,
Jetsam. Yeah.
awesome,
And
excellent.
is this for 1025 and over?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Um, the participation promo is Dragonfire, and it's got that special
Mm-hmm.
challenge treatment. You
Yeah.
have to play 3 rounds in order to qualify for the
Yes.
participation card. So don't, in my opinion, don't drop it all, because 2 game format is very forgiving, and you can make your whole day, you could play your whole day and still come out at a pretty decent spot if you
Yeah.
stick with it. It's
Mm-hmm.
not
Yeah.
it's not I went 0-3 or 0-2 and I'm done now. It's that
Mm-hmm.
it works
Yeah.
differently now. So okay, and depending on Swiss performance, roughly the top 128 players will get a the special Let It Go promo with the challenge
Yeah.
treatment.
And when they say, I will add, when they say roughly top 128, it is basically everyone who has the same record as the person who finished
Yep,
128th. So if
exactly.
you finished 136th, but had the same exact record, have the same number of points, you're still getting that promo.
Exactly. So it's going to be at least a few more than the 128, because we all
Mm-hmm.
know how
Yeah.
records are going to go at this event.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Yeah.
all right, for top 64 players, you get the Cinderella Stout Hearted
Day
promo
two.
on day 2. Yep, that's how that is. If you make day 2, you get one. That's
Exactly.
just how that
Yep.
works. If you make day 2, you get
Mm-hmm.
one. All right, so top 32 players will get the Rapunzel Gifted with Healing promo.
Mm-hmm.
Again, these are all foil. These are all have their amazing new treatments that I'm very excited to see in person.
Yeah.
All right, so top 16 players get a Rapunzel playmat. So it's the Rapunzel gifted with healing art from the challenge, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
foil playmat. And you qualify for the North American or European Championship match. It matches your events or what region you are in for your challenge. So
Yeah.
you win in Europe, you play in Europe. You win in NA, you play in NA.
Exactly.
Top 8 players get the serialized Mickey Mouse Brave Little Tailor, the card that we haven't seen yet. From the description we got during the Lorecast, it is a full gold card and it is
Mm-hmm.
serialized. And the reason that we weren't shown it at that time, they didn't think they could show the card and do it justice, which that makes me
Mm-hmm.
excited. The fact that it
I
looks that good that they didn't want to show it off too early, I love that.
I also just think they didn't want to show. I think they want to. Like, I think they may be like recording a video or
Oh,
something. Like they
sure,
show
yeah,
the
something like
actual
actual piece
card.
of production for sure, for sure.
Oh yeah, I would not be surprised if like I know people want to see before Atlanta and like before it starts, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is like unveiled
Oh
there,
yeah,
like at
there'll
the
be like a glass case with like the prizing in it, and there'll be like
oh one
they'll
hundred
be in there
percent.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so if you make it to top 4, you get 2 displays of the current set, which is Ursula's return. And if you don't know what a display is, it's a booster box. That's so
Mm-hmm.
you get 2 booster boxes and a prize wall tickets, which is very very exciting. I was not expecting prize wall tickets as a main prize, and for it being top 4 and top 2 also, it's the same price. So if you get top 2, you're actually
Mm-hmm.
getting four boxes, a bunch of prize wall tickets, and wherever you place, you get everything before that too, just so
Yeah.
everybody's aware. And then for the winner, the person that wins it all, first place, you get the challenge trophy and a full foil set of current challenge legal set. So that means everything up,
Including
yeah,
enchanted cards.
everything up to set 3, every single card, you get a play set of them, I believe.
I don't
Or
think it's
no,
playset. I
is
think
it
it's
just
just
a one
one.
of?
It's just a foil
That's
set.
still amazing.
Yeah.
That's still insane to me, is that you get a full foil set of set 1, 2, and 3. And then at Chicago, it's sets 1, 2, 3,
Then
and
moves to
4.
set
Yeah.
4. Yeah. It's nuts how good that is. And including the
I might be
enchanteds
reading
too.
that wrong. Is it just the most recent set, or is it all sets beforehand?
I've been told it's all three. I've been told it's the just because full challenge current challenge legal set is I
Makes me
in
think
my
everything that's
mind.
legal, right?
Yeah,
Me too.
because if you're saying full challenge legal set, then it's in Ursula's or Inklands is not the only legal
It's
set.
not. No, exactly. Exactly.
Sets
So
one, two, and so I think that's what it
that's where
is.
my mind
And
goes too. That's how I think of it too. So
And to think like when we're like next year and we're playing DLCs and if this is the same and I don't think we're ever gonna like we won't have a rotation for a hot sec. Set one will still you'll be getting those foils in a year
right,
maybe,
right. And I
which is
do
really
think for
cool.
the grand prize, it would make more sense for it to be all the sets as opposed to you get a one of
Yeah.
each of just one set. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a great prize. It is a fantastic
Uh
prize,
huh.
but I don't know that it feels like it's the level of a first place
Oh yeah.
victory. You know what I mean? In an event
Yeah.
this size, but we will see.
Mm-hmm.
We're all going into this very blind. We're all making assumptions. We all have hopes of how it's going to be and how it's going to feel. We're never going to really know until we get there.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a great starting point. I think that they really knocked it out of the park here with the pricing support for this event.
Yeah. And then for 1024 and under, which honestly, it'll be very interesting if we ever do hit this. If they ever really cap it at this, unless it maybe I could see like Seattle because it's up in the uh, like Pacific Northwest, but that is Arby's home.
Also, I
Uh,
think that the Seattle one is going to have a ton of the California-based players. So
oh,
I think
that's
that one
true.
might
Yeah,
have that,
that
and
actually
Vegas. I
could.
think will both have a lot of the California-based players. So those are
Mm-hmm.
both of those. The chances of both of those being pretty big. And like you said,
That is
Seattle is
true. Yeah,
RB's North America home. So there's all sorts of implications when it comes to that.
yeah. So pricing for this is early check-in again. You get that Jetsam and Flotsam promo, participation, Dragonfire, Swiss performance, roughly top 64. So not top
Yep.
128. Get Let It Go, and then top 32 get Cinderella Stout Hearted, the Enchanted. Top 16 get Rapunzel gifted with healing, plus you qualify for your respective regions. national or not national, I guess national championship, continental championship is probably the better term. Top 8 get the Rapunzel playmat. Top 4 gets the serialized Mickey. Top 2, so if you are in the finals, you get 2 displays of current set. So, like Shawn said, for Atlanta, it will be into the Inkland or into the. I'm really hoping that they don't do that, but it probably will be. I hope because Ursula's Return is out, they'll do Ursula's
The way
Return
it's
for that.
worded, it doesn't say legal, because the main prize
2
says
displays of
challenge
current
legal
set.
set. I do think we'll get Ursula's return cards as prizes.
Yeah,
I do think
yeah,
that though. I don't see why not, because you're going to get those boxes
yeah.
after the event's done, so it's not like you can play with them
Oh
anyway.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then plus some prize wall tickets, and then winner will get the exact same thing: challenge trophy plus full foil set of current challenge legal set, including enchanteds. That I want to touch on the enchanted part. You're getting
So
a
much, so many
yeah,
enchantments,
like
dude. Oh my
you're
gosh.
getting the Elsa from set one, which in and of itself is I still think sitting at $1,000, and obviously like just the pure monetary value
Oh, for sure.
of all this. It is tens of thousands of
Yeah,
dollars.
easily,
I would 100% bet.
easily. Yep.
Uh, and so if you win that, you're going home feeling like a winner. They ain't pulling any strings with this prizing. I don't think this feels really good. Uh, and then obviously the schedule has. I will touch on the schedule down here to stay the same: Atlanta, Chicago, Fort Worth, Toronto, Las Vegas, Seattle, Lille, Bochum, Bologna, or not Bologna. I don't
Bologna,
Bologna, Bologna.
Bologna.
I guess that's how. Yeah. And then Birmingham. We still don't know the dates for or locations for the Continentals.
Nope.
We don't or Worlds. My prediction is Anaheim and Paris
That makes sense.
for uh because there's Disneyland Paris out there in Europe for the Intercontinentals for both countries because there's nothing in I guess they have Lille, but uh and then
Disneyland Paris sounds
Worlds.
like the best bet, though, in my opinion. It
Yeah.
feels like that these. I think we'll have a better idea once we actually get to these events and see the
Oh
scale
yeah.
of them. But I think that they're really trying to make something big and elaborate and special out of these. And there's no better
Hmm.
way to do that with championships than to go to the most magical place on earth. You know,
Yeah.
so
And then like Worlds is in Disney World. Like
yeah,
it
that makes
it
sense.
feels like it has to
It makes
be.
sense.
And so that and there's like a lot of good places, a lot of good convention centers there to do it. So those were prizing. We did get uh updates on side events, which
Oh
I'll
yeah,
touch on next, and then or I'll touch on after we do prize wall. Shawn, do you want to go over prize wall stuff?
heck
Because
yeah.
there's some sick
Some
stuff
really
here.
cool stuff here. So going into this, just understand that we don't have we don't know how much tickets is going to be per
Mm-hmm.
item. We just know what's going to be there.
Yeah.
So starting with the sealed product that they will have available, they will have Ursula's Return booster boxes and starter decks available. They will have Illuminator's Quest Deep Trouble available, which that's one of the things that a lot of people are excited about. And they will also have Ursula's Return Illuminator Troves there as well. I really want to try to get my hands on an Illuminator's Quest because
Mm-hmm.
I know tons of people are having a hard time finding them. They're very, very sought after.
Yeah.
At least until they get to big box stores and stuff. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
don't, and obviously we don't know what kind of allocation that's going to be. But I
I did
believe,
see something. People are posting links. Best Buy has them up for like 60 on
oh
pre-order
yeah,
right
that's
now.
true. That's true. I did see that
So,
this morning. So
uh,
Best Buy, I would
so
imagine Target's going to be carrying them.
Walmart,
Walmart, yep.
GameStop,
Anywhere that you
maybe.
have found Lorcana, there is a
Barnes and
chance
Noble.
that they'll be there. So keep on
Yeah.
the lookout for that. All right, and this right here, this might be the part that I'm the most excited about for the prize wall. We're getting accessories, people. We are getting
Yes.
Lorcana swag, and I cannot wait. So, the accessories that you're going to be able to choose from at the Disney Lorcana challenges at the prize wall, they have Lorcana Challenge logo T-shirts. They have Lorcana Challenge logo curved brim hats. So I assume that's going to be like a dad hat, if you guys know what that
Mm-hmm.
is. and then a Lorcana Challenge logo flat brim hat, which I would assume is going to be like a snapback, exactly like
Is
what
this
Teddy's
is I
rocking
think
right
it'll
now.
be. I mean, I have like manually curved
Exactly,
this hat,
exactly. It's a baseball
but I
thing.
would like, yeah, it is definitely a
Yeah.
baseball thing. Well, see, the thing is, like, I've taken a steamer
Oh
and
yeah,
like
dude. There's
bended
I've
it.
looked into it. There's a whole because I've never
Oh
understood how
yeah,
guys get them so perfect and then it stays like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot to
yeah.
there's a lot that goes into that. But another thing that I'm super duper excited about with the accessories section of the wall is Cinderella Stout Hearted foil playmats, and I am assuming it's gonna be the challenge art,
I think it
but we
has
don't
to
know.
be
But I'm assuming it's gonna be like the sister
because we haven't
playmat.
seen that. That hasn't had a
No,
playmat
it doesn't have a
yet, has
playmat.
it?
It does not have a
Okay, that's what
playmat.
I thought.
It doesn't have a playmat, and I don't think it has an enchanted, right? Or does it?
I mean, it has the enchanted that
Right,
you can
not counting the
win.
one for the DLCs. I think it's just its
I don't
original
believe it. It
version,
does
right?
not know.
All right, so
It
that
does
would
not
make
know.
sense to me if they did like I said, it's like the sister playmat to the challenge when you
Oh
can
yeah.
win. So, and then you can also get the Tinkerbell Giant Fairy playmat and the Rapunzel Gifted Artist playmat. Those are both the playmats from
hmm
Ursula's Return.
Yeah.
Everybody has been clamoring to get a big Tink playmat, so this is your chance if you go to the event. They're also going to have promo cards at the prize wall.
hmm
So you could get Rapunzel Gifted with Healing, the challenge exclusive alternate artwork, non foil. The one you
hmm
win in the challenge is foil. These ones are non foil, and there's also the Cinderella There is also the Cinderella Stout Hearted challenge exclusive artwork in a non foil as well.
Yeah.
They're also going to offer set 1 through 3 miscellaneous promo cards randomly selected. So you will not know what is at your event until you actually go up to the prize booth and see for yourself. So
And we were talking about this last night. Could you imagine like walking up and seeing a D23 set
that
there?
would be wild. That would
Like
be
or
wild.
like a Gen Con Mickey or like one of the like because obviously they got rid of the stamped ones at the bottom, but like there was three stamped ones like the
Uh huh.
Musketeers,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Goofy, Donald, and
Yeah.
Mickey.
So what was that? That
If you
was
saw one of
that was
those,
Gamma Gen Con.
I don't.
Was it
I
Gamma?
think then it was one in. I don't think it was Gamma. It was two European
That's
events, I
right. It
believe.
was 2 European. That's right. That's right. That makes sense. But yeah,
Yeah.
those are the prizes that um people are going to be trying to win. Like we said when we read off the pricing for the DLC itself, you will have a chance to get prize wall
hmm
tickets from the event itself, and all of these side events are going to be rewarding with um prizing tickets. I assume.
Yeah.
I don't. There's no other
I
way for
I
you to get
think
the tickets other than playing. So,
yeah.
and prize wall tickets hold no cash value. So don't think you can trade them in for cash.
And they uh are irredeemable at 8:01 Eastern time that Sunday.
See, I
Uh
was since I'm going to both Atlanta and Chicago, I was really kind of hoping I could stack tickets from the first event and then use them all at the second event. Wouldn't that have been wild?
I wouldn't be surprised if they like have a Atlanta DLC stamp
Oh, I'm
on it
sure.
or
Oh, I'm
somewhere.
sure they will. That
Yeah.
since there's the X that will expire date on there, I'm sure that it's going to be
hmm
specific in some way or another. Just because there'll be people that try to game the system. You know what I mean? If they think they
Oh
have
yeah.
that kind of opportunity, they're going to take it.
Yeah. And speaking of side events, we did get side events confirmed by PPG uh, this week. There's a lot of good news this week pertaining to the challenge. Still a lot more to come in the next week or so. But we have a multiplayer challenge. We have a sealed deck challenge, 6 ink 3v3 team challenge, starter deck challenge, constructed deck challenge, Swift draft challenge, villainous. So obviously Ravensburger's other game that they have, and then learn to play demo sessions. Uh, Ursula's return is legal for all of these. All
Yes.
these events will be best of three. They are firing. Some are firing more consistently than others. Like the 6 ink 3v3 team challenge happens once. On Saturday and once on Sunday, but then like sealed deck and draft happens 4 times on Saturday and as many as you want on Sunday. So it is really cool to see those. Obviously, that's if you think about it, that's going to be like 1,600, a little more than 1,600 people playing those on Sunday, more or less, because only top 64 is making it. So those will be popping on Sunday.
Yeah, the Sunday side events are going to be packed, just so everybody's aware,
Hmm.
because there's going to be at Atlanta. There's going to be 1,800 people that don't get to play in day two. So
Hmm.
yeah, be prepared.
Yeah, be prepared.
It'll be a little
Uh,
bit nicer at Chicago, so because there's just overall half as many people essentially.
oh yeah,
And we also have to figure we don't know how many attendee tickets were sold. We don't know those
oh
numbers,
yeah.
so there's going to be a lot of people. I hope
I
that
guarantee that it feels like there's gonna be over 3,000 people, or not 3,000, 2,000
that's what it
people in
feels
Atlanta.
like. It easily feels that way. I 100% agree with you.
And like the Chicago, those attendee tickets sold out like that. Like they went super quickly. Uh, and so
As quick as the main
it'll
event,
be,
I think.
oh yeah, it'll be a pretty packed hall. I would not be surprised. Obviously, Atlanta, it's that they you guys are doing it in downtown Chicago is technically in Rosemont, which for those who aren't native to Chicago like myself, that's kind of like it is right next to the O'Hare, so that's where a lot of people are flying into, big airport. So I really do like that location just because you can take a tram from like hotels and all that around
Yeah,
there, which is nice.
I'm
Uh,
excited. I'm
but
excited.
yeah,
I think it's really
yeah.
cool that we get to come down and hang out in your neck of the woods for this, dude. I really like that. I think it's
Well,
gonna be cool.
that was the fun thing about Gen Con too, because that is
That's
like
true. That's
my neck of
true.
the wood. That's my school neck of the woods, and now I'm here in Chicago. So, and it is really cool. My birthday is that Thursday before, so uh, that'll be a really fun weekend. Nice way to celebrate my birthday. Hopefully by a win, but I will just be excited to see everyone.
Fingers
Uh,
crossed, brother. That would be amazing.
yeah, anyone winning that we know would be awesome. But yeah, let's talk about Ursula's return now because it is not legal for DLCs. Excuse me. It is released. It's here. Ursula's return is out in the wild. Cards are here, and the vibe I'm getting is this set is going to change a lot. And I feel like for the longest time we really thought this set was going to be a lot more like not as good. We didn't really see the hype, but then it's kind of starting to build up. Thoughts so far on like deck archetypes we've seen come out since like the full set has been revealed and all that.
Oh, absolutely, man. There's tons of new fun stuff to play with, and you said, this changes up a lot more than I think a lot of us initially thought. Um,
Mm-hmm.
one new fun deck that I have seen floating around was there's an Amber Emerald songs list floating around that looks
Mm-hmm.
so fun. I cannot wait to try that one. And yeah, there's several other decks that look really cool too. And a lot of the decks that we have just got buffed. They just got better. I
Oh yeah.
know a lot of people are looking at Amethyst Emerald, adding a couple of Pegasus, the Pegasus duo
Diablo.
into it. Diablo, the new legendary Ursula, adding her in there as a
Yeah.
top end because you have 6 to 8 targets depending on how many you're running
Yeah.
to shift on.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think the possibilities are really high with this set. Like Sing Together, don't sleep on it. Do not sleep on
No.
Sing Together. It is a great mechanic, and if you have the characters to sing those songs, they will matter. They will be beneficial.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I am really excited to see, like you said, that Amber Emerald Sing Together deck looks really cool. Obviously, an ink pairing we really haven't seen do much yet. Uh, and so
Right.
for me, I'm excited for all the Ruby possibilities. Being a Ruby player, I've gone back and forth between Ruby Amethyst and Ruby Sapphire. Ice Block with the Sisu is really cool. Then the
Yeah.
Mulan Legendary is also insanely good. That is probably the best legendary in the set. I will stand by that. Diablo's up there, but I still think that Mulan is going to show real weight in this set. But I mean, it will be really interesting because a lot of the top players are still testing for set three. And I think when these players are testing for set three, it is really interesting because you don't get to see all of their thoughts for set four, and you don't get to see all of like what they may be thinking. Uh, and so, Shawn, I'll pose the question to you: How is because obviously you're going to Atlanta, it's set three meta there. How much have you really thought about set four and playing these decks competitively?
Almost none. I will be 100% honest with you. I have thought about it very little. I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm playing and what matchups I'm possibly playing into. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have the mental real estate right now to really deep dive decks. I do have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to play in Chicago already. I do think I'm going to be um, yeah, I do think I have that dialed in. It's all a matter of getting through this next week, uh, doing the challenge, coming back, having a couple of days of rest, and then grinding for the next
Oh
eight,
yeah,
9, 10 days until I leave for Chicago.
yeah, and like obviously
But we'll
it
see.
is
I
like
think it's
there's
gonna be fun.
yeah, obviously it is a little bit different boat for like someone like me who's not playing Atlanta. I can focus on set four already. I have been for the past week and a half, I think, just trying to dial in what I know, what I want to play there, and I'm narrowed it down to two decks already, which is kind of nice to see. And obviously, we'll see how it changes over the course of the next few weeks. But I am
Right.
extremely excited about this set. Any final thoughts on Ursula's return or uh, PPG events or
Um,
not? I mean, like side events, uprising. Any last thoughts?
Final thoughts going into Atlanta next week. I think that the prize wall is an absolute win. I cannot wait to see how it evolves and changes over the coming, hopefully, years of these challenges happening. I'm excited
Mm-hmm.
to travel. I don't do a whole lot of traveling in my life. For these kinds of events is about my amount of traveling. So I'm excited for
Yeah.
that. I'm excited to see all of my friends. I'm excited to see Franz and Brandon and everybody else that's going to be in the Airbnb. Sneaky's going to be there. Just so many people I haven't seen in
Mm-hmm.
since Gen Con, essentially in real life. I mean, we see each other all the
Yeah.
time, but and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm excited to go and play. I'm excited to go and test my metal. I'm excited to go and see just how far I can take it. I mean, obviously, I want to make day two. I want a top 16 to get my Nats invite. I mean, obviously, everybody's trying to be number one. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to keep my expectations realistic, though. You know what I mean? I don't think
Yeah.
I'm going to go into this event and be the best there ever was, but I want to make day two. Like that's my personal goal is even just
Yeah.
making day two, and then if I scrub out at that point, it was a good run. So
Yeah. I mean, if you can say you made day two in the first ever DLC, that's something to be proud of.
it's pretty awesome.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah. Obviously, I'm really excited about Chicago in a few weeks. I'm excited to start testing Ursula's return, just kind of really getting a feel about what this set is all about. I'm excited to watch Atlanta next week because they just announced streaming stuff. They Someone on Twitter announced that their team is running it,
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
saw
really
that.
excited
That's
to see
exciting.
that. So we'll have a stream. Obviously, Disney Lorcana did just get like an official title thing on Twitch, so you can find everything for that game under there. And that was episode 42 of the Glimmer Gang podcast. Thank you everyone for watching and or listening. If you guys do want to follow Shawn or I or Blake, who is the third member of the Glimmer Gang, all of our links will be down below. If you do want to find more stuff from the Glimmer Gang, those links are also down below. Happy Roasters return, happy release. We will see you guys in the next one. Glimmer on.